Salut, bonjour, bienvenue à ce tuto, ce rendez-vous tuto pour le mois d'avril 2026 où on va parler du mot du mois pour le French Room, un coup. Hi there, welcome to this rendezvous tuto for April 2026 where we're talking about our word of the month, which is un coup. And when I say word of a month, that's every month at the French Room we look at one word and we work just with that one word and find out all the different things we can do with that in lots of different ways, in hundreds of different sentences, so that you can speak in a really fluent and natural way. And un coup is our word this month. It's a noun, and it's actually the most frequently used noun in the French language, which may or may not be a surprise to you. So what are we going to do with it? The first thing we're going to do with it is say some phrases out loud. And then we'll have a look at actually how do we get to those phrases. And you can see a little bit about how a single word gets to have a central focus in the French room across the month. So I'm going to say these three phrases for you out loud. Je peux te passer un coup de fil? Je te donne un coup de main. Du coup, j'ai changé d'avis. Now, there are three phrases out of many, many phrases that we could make with this single word, un coup. First one comes from, let's just see where it comes from. It comes from passer un coup de fil. Passer un coup de fil is to make a phone call. So I can extend that and play with that to to really make a sentence that I'm likely to say. So, je peux te passer un coup de fil? Notice that my intonation goes up slightly because it is a question. And that means, can I ring you? Basically. The next one is donner un coup de main, which is to give a hand. I'm going to put that into a phrase. I'm going to drop a little t in there as well. So, je te donne un coup de main. Actually, that's a question. So let's not make that a question because there's no question mark. Did you notice that in the intonation? I'm going to make it nice and flat and with a slight fall at the end here. Je te donne un coup de main. Yeah, je te donne un coup de main, which is I'll give you a hand. And then the last one, du coup. Now, du coup is a bit of a sort of like a gushing moment, so, and therefore, it's a kind of like an in-betweeny phrase that gets used an awful lot as a filler and a joiner in French, which I guess you'll be very interested in because those are the ones that make you sound most fluent. So, du coup, j'ai changé d'avis. And this one, so in the end, I changed my mind. So you can see it's the same word, un coup, but we're getting new meanings in each of the different phrases. What I'd like you to do with it is give it a try. Try it. So pick one of those phrases. You'll see them written down underneath this video if you're on the website. Write it down. That's really important. Write it down on a piece of paper. The physical act of writing it down makes you own it a little bit more, makes you slow down and see how it works, makes it more yours. Then say it out loud, and then like I did, you could change one element in it, keep it on that piece of paper, working it through, and just see how you can play with it and make new phrases, new tenses, new ways of saying each time reusing the same elements though of un coup. And if you do that, what are you actually doing? You're using real French straight away. There we are, we've done it immediately. And you're reusing the same words, and they're becoming more familiar to you every single time you write them down and say them out loud. What's your next step after this tutor? Record yourself 30 to 60 seconds. It doesn't have to be perfect. Have a couple of tries if you want to. Record yourself and then send it to me for feedback. And I'll give you back something precise and usable to make your French sound more French. Merci beaucoup. Merci beaucoup. À bientôt. Au revoir.